Welcome to Leaders of Tomorrow, the only show on Indian television where you, the MSME, get center stage. This is 18 Hours Special Daily Initiative to give MSMEs and entrepreneurs the opportunity to be front and center on every industry and area that matters to you. Tonight on Direct Connect, a panel of experts will answer the questions that you, the MSME, sent to us earlier, and later on the show, a segment of Leader Focus on finance and digital payments. On Direct Connect tonight, we have Sushant Mitra. He's the founder and CEO of Lead Angels, as well as Sunil Gupta, the angel investor and mentor. They're answering all the questions that our MSME viewers have sent to us earlier. Take a look. Sushanta, Sunil, thank you both very much, gentlemen, for being here tonight. Let's kick this show off then with our first question that's coming to us from the line of P. Ramakrishna. Go ahead, Ramakrishna.
The major problem with this environment is that the basic work the large enterprise has to do, they have to do more work in the research and development. They have to create a core technology, and our SMEs, they have to they will work and produce the application on that one. The large enterprise, they are importing things from goods from China, and they are reselling to the market. And the small traders are doing this for the your general goods, which we call a fast-moving consumer goods. So there is no innovation at the upper end, and that's why the cottage industry and small-scale industries are vanishing up.
Let me come to you on that.
Yeah, to actually cater to the large corporate, one need to create a strong differentiation of your product functionality as well as a good amount of domain experience in that.
Sure.
Now, what model I would recommend Ramakrishna is that he can also look at piggybacking on building his products and solutions on established platforms like ERPs of SAPs of the world or Oracle apps of the world. And what he can do is he can also get his solution or a service certified on those platforms. So it will help him not only in pushing his product to the larger ecosystem, but also these large platforms will enable to jumpstart his business of providing these services to these large corporates.
Sure.
I think one of the things that most of the large corporations problems they are facing is that there's a lot of disruption happening in their industry, that is customer industry. It's also important for established software services companies to keep abreast of what are the changes that are happening, because that's what their customers need, and many of the software companies are not able to provide those services what their customers need.
Okay. Ramakrishna, that's in response to your question. Thank you very much for calling in with that. Let's take our next question. This is a tweet coming to us from Sriram Vishwanathan. Sriram says they're an innovation consulting firm that believes in technology investment. He says they offer premium business advisory services to startups. His question tonight for our experts is that the quality of engineering graduates passing out from colleges in India is reducing, and the need of the IT industry in particular is that of people with next-gen thinking. The gap is increasing and causing joblessness and artificial drought of talent. In what ways can the industry bring this issue back on track?
In India, obviously, there is a problem of changing the curriculum of universities and colleges because it comes under regulation and there is a bureaucratic processes which delays. So there is always a gap between industry and academic. Now, how do we bridge that is basically it's a responsibility of both the ecosystem, industry as well as academy. So one can, get the industry participate in terms of relationship in building center of excellences, building the labs, building the research activity in the colleges. The second is that college can promote internships so that the student goes to the industry and experiment and learn what has been practiced in the current times. The third thing is, in fact, is to conduct some kind of a boot camps and hackathons where the industry participates and college participates. So there is a learning process involved.
But in essence, the universities, the business houses actually have to take a proactive approach here, because maybe some of the universities are a little old-fashioned and tradition bound, and they need to sort of go into the universities, communicate and encourage them to all the things that Sunil said.
All right, Sriram, that's in response to your question. Basically, there has to be more coordination and interaction with what's happening in the industry, and that of course is going to ensure that the students coming out of colleges are more job ready. Our next query is coming to us on our Facebook page, Leaders of Tomorrow on ET Now. D. Biswajit has sent us this question to say they're into website designing, website hosting and custom website designing services. His question tonight for our experts is how a small software company can showcase its products, given that he has competition, of course, from MNCs. He says there are there any proper channels for software export which can be tapped into and used by small and medium-sized companies like himself? What would you gentlemen say?
The website is a commodity business here right now. So I think one has to create a differentiation in terms of creating high quality graphics, creativity with the website, as well as using the advanced tools for making it responsive. So your website becomes applicable and compatible to browsers and various devices. So I think you need to create that kind of differentiation in terms of his website business. Second, in terms of channels, there are a couple of channels available. There is a body called Electronic Software and Export Council, ESC, which promotes a lot of this software company to go for export market. That could be a kind of a right channel. And there is another body called STPI, Software Technology Park of India. These are the three channels which he can use and create that kind of channels for outreaching the market for the export business. Yeah.
Sure. You can also individually contact the trade representatives of different embassies and talk to them. And of course, over and above all this, there are online marketplaces where he could get himself listed. A lot of business gets done on I think e-lancers and
freelancing. There are a lot of projects which get downloaded from
those places. Yes.
Sure. Okay. So Biswajit, there are a lot of industry body associations that you can definitely tap into, is what our experts are suggesting, and they've given you the names of some of them where you can definitely start your outreach. Trust that answers your question, and thanks very much for sending that to us. Our next query is an email that's coming to us from Mukesh Mittal, who says they're suppliers and exporters of equipment. Post GST, rates have been hiked from 12 to 28% on all our products. And his profits, he says, goes towards payment of taxes. How do we save our profits and grow our business in such a situation?
The taxes, as we said earlier, taxes are a given thing and the compliance is a must. There is no escape route from that. So what he should do is he should optimize his business processes, he should optimize his cash flow, he should have that kind of timely compliances. If he feels that this is an overburden, it is an expensive affair, he can still outsource those kind of requirement to, there are a lot of GSTs, Suvidha provider, GSPs they call it. They can do at a very minimal cost all these kind of compliances, so that he does not waste his cost and resources on compliance those. At the same time, he can optimize this thing so that he has a kind of a profitable bottom line in that. Yeah.
Sure.
Make yourself compliant, keep your costs low, and therefore manage it within what you have to pay. There is no escape from it.
Okay. So you have, of course, a situation where there is no option but to pay your taxes, but do look at other options. One of the suggestions is going to the GST Suvidha providers, for instance, where they can help you do your work as well as bring down your cost. Our last query tonight is coming to us from Fevicton Gracias. This is a call, in fact, coming into us. Go ahead, Fevicton.
Okay, my question is, we provide motorbike rentals which are highly serviced. It's a startup, for two-wheeler bike rental space. Just wanted to understand how can we become a strong player and hold our footprint to customers in the market.
All right, unique business model, provides bikes, is a startup, is looking to expand. What would you have to say to him?
See, bikes business has suddenly picked up across the world. What he can explore is there are various successful business models across the world now.
Sure.
There are like renting bikes model, there are sharing bike model, pay-per-use model, community biking. In fact, large organization infrastructures, they within their campus they promote only biking. From one building to another building, they have kept bikes available. So you can explore those kind of a community biking. There's different type of sharing models available to explore the market. But the market is huge and it is picking up not only in India but across the world.
It is something which is coming very soon. And one of the easier place for a startup to begin is gated societies or industrial parks where he doesn't have to deal with the local government and securities. is easier to manage and so on and so forth.
A lot of options that you can look at, like our experts are suggesting, and it's a unique business model. So trust that you are able to communicate this product to your customers. Gentlemen, we've run out of time. Thank you both very much for being here tonight.
Thank you.
Time for a break. On the other side, we'll bring you a segment on finance and digital payments. That's coming up on Leader Focus tonight. Do stay tuned for that. You're back with us here on Leaders of Tomorrow, and tonight on Leader Focus, I spoke with two highly innovative companies, mSwipe, which is changing the way Indians use digitization in finance, and second, Pratapsingh Nathani of LoanXpress on how Indians are using digital and technology to access finance. Take a listen. Pratapsingh, Manish, thank you all both very much, gentlemen, for being with us here tonight. Where we are talking a vast array of subjects, whether it is lending, whether it is about how India is now adapting to the use of technology when it comes to its money. Let's start by talking about one of the biggest changes we've seen in the industry, which is GST and demonetization and the impact it has had on business. And of course, we will talk on technology because both of you gentlemen are so closely integrated with technology. But let me start with what's happening as far as India's attitude to GST, demonetization, how things are changing on the ground.
You know, we kind of deal largely with small businesses in the country, and while demonetization was a period where a lot of businesses encountered digital payments for the first time. It's really helped introduce the benefits of or the ease of payments at these businesses. I think, however, from a digitalization perspective, GST is going to have a far more profound and longer lasting impact in terms of change at small businesses, because this is for the first time that businesses need to digitalize the core of what they do on a daily basis, which is sale and purchase. Right? To date, digitalization has kind of been peripheral for most businesses. Businesses, have been doing digital banking. They've been doing, digital filing of income taxes, which is like a once in a year, kind of activity, and mainly done by their chartered accountant. Right? But for the first time, small businesses are now realizing that they have to go digital.
And are they embracing it wholeheartely?
I don't really think they have much of a choice, at least at this point in time.
Yeah.
But I think as they embrace it, they're going to realize that there are a host of benefits that accrue and open up on account of this digitalization for them. One of the biggest things that hampers businesses from growing is you don't have access to capital. Because beyond a particular size, unless people or lenders are able to essentially understand your business by looking at your records, you can't really get access to capital.
Fair enough. So that's something that you look closely at. Has demonetization had any impact on lending? Are people a little more maybe cautious now?
So just to add to what Manish just said, is that there's been a paradigm shift in the mindset. So the small businesses were not reporting their turnovers accurately because the chartered accountants were guiding them to report lower turnover so that you pay lower tax. So in return, what happened over the years is that they were paying lower tax and showing lower profitability. So with lower profitability, when you now look at expanding your business, you can't really expand because there is no cash flow that you're showing in your business. So with demonetization, the entire mindset changed. People started reporting larger turnover because they had no choice. So now they have access to more capital as such.
Technology, of course,
Yes.
is changing the way business is being done, is changing the way people are buying, people are selling. Talk to us about your own experience when it comes to how much of technology you've been able to incorporate within your businesses, how trends are really changing. You know, we talk a lot about cutting edge technology, whether it is AI, whether it is cloud for small businesses, but is enough of that in terms of innovation happening in India? Are small businesses opening up, using enough of that within themselves?
So in terms of technology, I'll give you a couple of examples. If you wanted a loan, you had to prepare a stack of documents for your potential borrower or lenders, and you ended up making a couple of sets of documentation. If you want to reach out to say 5 to 10 lenders, you had to make out 5 to 10 sets of those documents, and those are onerous documents. What technology and what we've done is that you are now doing an eKYC online, you are doing an e-Aadhaar online, you are getting them to upload their documents online from any remote location in India. So this is giving them a lot of access digitally, and people are accepting that especially after demonetization. So the analysis part has been digitized. So now you can reach out to multiple lenders through a simple platform. So that's what technology has brought to the fore.
And on the other hand, innovation when it comes to technology. Talk to us about one, what you are doing, and two, do you see enough of your peers, do you see enough entrepreneurs being able to innovate?
I mean, you know, in our business, you know, we're using technology, or we've always been using technology for furthering our business. Whether it was you know, when we started innovating on the terminal side, where you know, we innovated and brought to market India's specific cost-effective and feature-rich you know, payment terminals that merchants could use anywhere. You know, as we evolve, we're using technology to monitor transactions, to you know, analyze risk. So you know, we're clearly using technology to help you know, our merchants transact better and to provide better services.
One of the things that we love asking the people who come on our show is whether technology is going to replace the human element, and depending on the industry we are talking to, the answer is different. What's it like in your industry? Do you think that at some point we could see job losses because of the dependence on technology?
Absolutely, yes. So as far as we are concerned, when we are raising money for SMEs, so as far as the small SME is concerned, so they are pretty much templated loans. So there you can see technology replacing humans as of today. But in time, you will see that happening for the larger corporate segment also.
What about you?
Well, not at all. I mean, our technology essentially helps you know, small businesses and people be more productive, and that's essentially the driving philosophy at our company. You know, whether it's helping the merchant you know, smoothly process transactions, manage his business better, you know, get easy access to loans and borrowing. Our technologies are essentially built to assist businesses and improve the productivity of the, you know, the owners and the operators of those businesses rather than anything else.
Talking about technology, Manish was saying that it helps also assess the risk of, in his business helps assess risk, but in your business I want to talk about how it perhaps help you to understand the risk of the person who is borrowing.
So as far as my business is concerned, we deal with corporates who want to raise 1 crore and above, and it goes right up to 100 crores. So there is a lot of subjectivity required in the analysis. So there is somehow that human element is present at this point in time. But with AI coming into the picture, you will see that changing. There will be a dramatic shift in that. So you will have cognitive lending in the future. So they will try and predict patterns of your business, and they'll try and put out a loan which is a pre-sanctioned loan facility to your business. So that's what we are seeing.
So it is definitely going to get.
Yes.
much easier with AI. I want to talk about the government's role, particularly given that you work so closely with small businesses and the government is so keen on demonetization, hence you are able to sort of bridge that gap. The government's role when it comes to encouraging businesses like yours, do you see enough support?
I think this government, has particularly been extremely generous in terms of its vision for helping small businesses grow, right? I mean, like I said, let's simply take something as simple as GST. Small businesses don't realize this, but just the fact that they're going to bring a lot of their business online is going to really open up doors in terms of the just capital access for them, for starters. That's a benefit that they will only realize once they actually tap into that stream. Whether it's easy movement of goods, which means you can actually now work with lower inventory. There's going to be lots and lots of cascading benefits. That I can very, very clearly see. Of course, the government has lots and lots of initiatives that they've launched for small businesses, whether it's tax breaks or simple things like demonetization, which I mean it did tax the common man, but as far as businesses are concerned,
it has been good.
It has been good.
All right, gentlemen. On that note, thank you both very much for being with us here tonight to talk about what really changes that we're seeing as far as small businesses are concerned, lending, and how the small businesses are really relating, using, selling, buying, using technology. Thank you both very much.
Thank you very much.
That wraps up tonight's episode of Leaders of Tomorrow. If you have any questions, any feedback or anything that you want to tell us, you can always email us at leadersoftomorrowtimesgroup.com, tweet at me personally at Sunanda_J or LOT_ET now. You can also leave your comments on our Facebook page, Leaders of Tomorrow and ET now, or call us on that number you see on your screen. We love hearing from you. Thanks very much for watching. Have a good night.